Hi, friends. Hi, friends. Welcome to Cutting the Mustard. This is my show that I do on Food Talk on Thursdays at 7 Central. Fun story is I'm late today. I logged into the Food Talk TV account. I don't know what happened because it logged me back into my other account. And I've just been talking to my followers like they were Food Talk watchers. So I am going to make myself a nice little beverage before I continue on. Because, yeah, that was not a fun way to get started. It's okay. But anyway, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. I'm kind of playing around with something today. I did a shrimp and grits recipe a couple weeks ago, and it was a really delicious recipe. Don't get me wrong, but it was a really delicious recipe. Don't get me wrong, but it was very yellow. Like, I wasn't thinking about the grits part of it, but the grits came out very yellow because it was the yellow corn grit that I used. And then when I was dry breading my shrimp, I tossed it with turmeric because I was kind of doing like a mustardy thing, you know, and it just came out really blah. So I wanted to do something shrimp and gritsy, but we do have a big game coming up on Sunday. So I was kind of thinking doing some sort of like appetizer serving portions of shrimp and grits. I thought that would be fun. I've done grit cakes before, but I'm not a giant fan of them. Or the ones that I have done, they just don't get really crispy on the outside, and then they just don't hold up together very well. So I'm going to try a couple different methods to see if I get a good looking shrimp cake out, or a grit cake out there for my shrimp. So we're going to do that. And then I'm also going to be doing a Korean pancake because I have all this beautiful kimchi I wanted to make. So, or that I did make that I really want to use. Hello. Oh, thank you for the follow. You've done that so many times. Okay, so thank you, Kaz, for letting me know that it's not just me, because I was on my own account there for a minute. No, and it's so funny because someone told me that, or some of the comments on my live were weird. They were like, "Who's holding you hostage right now?" I'm like, "I'm not doing the Mustard Queen show. I'm doing a Food Talk show." All right, so let's get started on the kimchi pancakes. Because savory pancakes are really a thing in Korea. I'm going to give it a try. I've done it before with green onions, but I'm going to be doing this with kimchi. So I got a cup of flour in there. I did the thing where I pulled a bunch of recipes from people, and I'm seeing what works for me. Oh yes. So all the recipes I got called for a cup of kimchi. Yes. Oh, that's what I was getting. My cup. I kept my kimchi rather thick, so I'm going to want to like cut it up. Yes. Tappity tap, yes please. If you're not doing anything with your hands, please tap the screen. It really helps with Al Gore. You know, Al Gore would really appreciate it if you tapped your screen. You know, Al Gore and his rhythm. I say that joke a lot, and I'm wondering if people just think I really love Al Gore or something. But yes, tapping the screen really helps. Another thing that really helps is sharing the live. If you don't have any friends to share, you can share it to me, or you can just copy the link. But yeah. Yes. So kimchi is essentially a fermented cabbage, and I did this with some gochujang. Gochujang is the Korean chili flake that goes in here. So I did that. I also had an Asian pear in here. There's also in the sauce and shallot and onion. There's so much going on in there. But I am pretty hooked on having these like fermented and pickled condiments in my fridge. Oh, thank y'all for the follow. If y'all are unfamiliar, welcome to Food Talk TV. We do go live every single day with food cooking content. My day is on Thursday. I go live on Thursdays at 7 Central, unless I forget where I'm at. Then I'm at 7:10. Oh, yeah. Not quite sure how thin I'm supposed to chop that, but the smell of kimchi is just, That piece doesn't look very well chopped. All right, got my kimchi in here. Oh yeah, and then the recipe, often also called, just about every recipe I saw for these kimchi pancakes called for some of the like juice that's in there. But when I made mine, I added glutinous rice flour to mine, which kind of makes it a bit like thicker. So I'm not getting a whole lot of like liquidy juice, but that's okay because I do have a backup plan. Okay. Tried to get some of that liquid, but I also want to like keep some of that liquidy too. But I do have gochujang, which is one of the things that I added. Oh, you know what? I don't think I had gochujang in there. I didn't put gochujang in there. I did the gochugaru, which is the Korean chili flake that goes into gochujang. So it's fermenty, it's sweet, it's hot, and I think it'll be fun in a savory pancake. Who does Ryan want for the Super Bowl? Ooh, I think we want both teams to lose. But yeah, who are y'all rooting for the Super Bowl? Woo! 50%, yeah. I'm going to get rid of my kimchi mess. I kind of want to like lick the knife like one would lick the spoon. Okay, yeah, now I gotta wash this knife. So back to the pancakes. Got some gochujang, got some kimchi, got some flour in there, and then all the recipes I saw also called for cornstarch to make the batter crispy. Yep, 1 tablespoon cornstarch. Garlic and onion powder too. I'm not measuring the garlic and onion powder, but it's 1 1/8 teaspoon. I saw one place. A couple of other places were like 1/2 and 1/4 and all that. Measure with your heart. If you add too much or too little, the recipe's not going to come up and scream at you or anything. Oh, wouldn't that be crazy? Woo! And then this, not every recipe included egg, but a couple of them did. So I figured, and it was typically the ones that added more ingredients. So I figured they know what they're doing. Oh, yeah. But yeah, the reason why I really wanted to make this stuff today, I always have weird reasons for the food that I pick for these shows, but I chose these because I wanted some sort of like appetizer type things, like something that you could bring as an appetizer. But I also wanted something that people don't usually bring. Like, you know, you could bring to the party and you would be the only one that brought it. Oh yeah. And then with this, it also gets ice cold water. There we go. Oh, thank you for sharing the live and voiceless Skype. Thank you for the gifts. Y'all are amazing. Hello, everyone. All right. Let's mix this up. You know, I am going to put some of the gochujang in there just because I have it. The Korean chili flake. Yeah. Yes, guys. I really did want an excuse to just like eat kimchi. Oh yeah, we do want this to be a thin batter. So I'm definitely going to need more water here. Hi, Osby. Oh, this is a Korean pancake. It's a kimchi pancake. So in here, I have 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and then I have 1 cup of kimchi that I chopped up. I also added about a tablespoon of gochujang and a few pinches of the gochujang, the chili flake. You can also add just regular red pepper flakes. And then I put a lightly beaten egg in here, some garlic powder and onion powder. And then it's a cup of icy cold water. We're looking for a thin batter here. Yes, kimchi pancake. Oh, that's going to be amazing. I've done the green onion pancakes before. I love doing those. All right. I'm going to do some stovetop Tetris here. And then with this, I figure I'm going to do some sort of like soy sauce. I figured just mixing like soy sauce, rice vinegar, sugar, maybe some green onions in the sauce, just like a soy sauce dipping thing. But then I'm also going to do a Chinese hot mustard, which very similar to the little packets that you get in Chinese American or American Chinese restaurants. Ooh! Ah! I told my husband that I'm going to need green onions for this, and he just brought me these beautiful things. Yay! Yay! Thank you. You're welcome. Oh yes. Oh, the tea is right here. I just poured myself one. I went live on my own page and then had to start all over. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just make myself a drink before I continue. Oh, yeah. So, Ryan, on the menu today, we are doing, I have bacon here because I'm doing little mini shrimp and grits. Yeah, and then I am going to be making Korean pancake. And, like, this is supposed to just be like or it's a kimchi pancake. And so this is supposed to be just kind of like weird appetizer-y type things that aren't typically at Super Bowls. That's kind of what I'm going for here.
Okay. Sounds fun.
It's a, yeah. Miss Sumo says hi to you, Ryan.
Good.
Oh, Kaz says hi.
Hi, Kaz.
Everyone's saying hi to you.
Hi, everyone.
Yes. I'm going to set that to the side, and I'm going to rearrange what I got going on here. Typically, I'm very mindful of the of my stovetop space, and today I was not. Yes.
New line?
No, the new lime is here. Okay. Figure it'll be a fun time to bring this really large pan here. I think last time I pulled out this pan on my show, we called it a paella pan, or it was similar to a paella pan. But yeah, we'll let that heat up. And then for the sauce, well, I'm doing a soy sauce based one, and then I'm also doing a mustard sauce because hello. So this is actually something that I've made a lot on here, and something that I talk a lot about on my own page too. But the Chinese hot mustard that you get in those packets, the reason why it's so hot, like the horseradishiness, is because it's an Asian mustard powder that they use, and then it's mixed with cold water, and that's what creates that horseradishy taste. And then there's some sort of rice vinegar or something to like lock in that flavor after that. So I typically go with S&B mustard powder. It's the, here, let me show you what that looks like. Yeah, it's the S&B hot mustard powder. Like, this is typically what I do when I do a Chinese hot mustard type of thing. This is a Japanese product here. But I also have Gyoja, which is Korean mustard powder. And very similar to the Japanese mustard powder, they come from the same mustard plant, all that. I would say, if anything, maybe the Japanese one is a little hotter. I haven't noticed too much of a difference through there. When it's in Korean cooking, it's typically in the sauce of cold noodle dishes, but it's also served with cold vegetable dishes as well. So a little different than the Chinese American restaurant style of just dunking fried foods in it, which I love. But another thing that's super weird about the Korean mustard powder is basically every mustard powder that talks about hot mustard, they say to mix it with cold water because the cold water is what activates the flavor of mustard when you're doing that. But for Korean mustard powder, they always say to go with warm water. And that actually just doesn't, I mean, it makes it more mild. And so I wonder if that's just more appropriate for their cuisines to have it warm. Excuse me. So I've never tried it with the warm water. If you look up what temperature is warm water, it's between 120 degrees and 140 degrees Fahrenheit. At 140 degrees is when, if you added 140 degree water to mustard powder, then you kill every single enzyme that creates the flavor of mustard. That's the chemical reaction, right? So around 104 is when it starts to die, but 140, all of them are dead. So we're going to go for a... Yeah, we definitely want it to be less than 140. Okay, my thermometer says it's about 130 now. Yeah, I'm going to let that come a little bit more to room temperature when it's closer to 100 degrees. So we will check on that in a bit. Yes, and I got to get my slow cooking bacon. Y'all, I managed to take an hour to cook this bacon, right? I mean, I was going for, let's see how long I can take to make it. But yeah, I started it at 6:30 and it's 7:30 now. Oh, restart goal. Yeah, y'all are awesome. Here. Waiting for the thing to come back up on my screen. Yeah. There. That's for not the pancake. That's for the shrimp and grit bite. Okay. Thanks, Babs. You're amazing. Okay. Okay, already at 122. Okay. Oh, thank you for sharing the live. You're amazing. All right. This is feeling a little hot. I'm feeling confident with it. For our pancake. All right. To make this easier to pour, I'm going to go put this in one of these guys. Ah, now that I'm putting this in here, yes, y'all, I love you. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Babs. Yes, this really helps us keep doing what we're doing. Yeah. I was going to add green onions to that, and I was waiting for the husband to get home with that. And the husband came home with it. So I'm going to put some of these green parts into my mix real quick. Yes. Maybe a little larger pieces, but I've seen them be much larger than this in Korean pancakes. Now, don't put a lot of hope and value into the first pancake, because if you know the law of pancakes, you know the first one is always going to be bad. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's see how. Let's see if this oil is hot enough. Yeah, it is. All right. And just a little bit of batter and see how it reacts. Best way to do it, in my opinion. Of course, the whole chopstick and oil trick probably would have been a little easier, but now I have little mini pancakes. All right, if I were to flip it, a little bit more on the deep fried side of pancakes, but yeah. Little tiny pancakes. IHOP has the same problem. What was that problem? I talk like a mile a minute, so I don't know which one of the things I was discussing you were commenting on. I'm sorry. Oh, the mini. All right. All right, let's do the first. Oh, what? Oh, are we talking about the pancake? The first one always being the worst one. That's it. You know, I'm not quite sure. I wonder if it's just like everyone's just trying to figure out the temperature. I got to look into that. I got to do a scientific study on why the first pancake is always bad. All right. Of course, you can do mini pancakes. I'm going to try going for a large pancake. I'm thinking maybe the batter should be a little thinner, but it's okay. I'll add a little bit more water in my next one. Hi. So, we'll add a little water to the next one. Okay, so for this warm water with this mustard, as I was talking about earlier, mustard is typically added with cold water because the cold water is what activates it. But with Korean mustard powder, they ask for you to do with warm water. So That's what we're doing. It's like right at 99. It's going to be equal parts, which I poured it in here like I had already pre-measured it, but I didn't. I had just poured it from my kettle. So you want to do about equal parts with the cold water. You want it to be a thick paste at first. So this might even be a bit too thin for me. So I'm just going to add a little bit more of the mustard powder. Yeah, I don't really taste a lot of this mustard with the warm water. But it does take about 10 to 15 minutes for, you know, the flavor of mustard to be created when it's sat down on there. I'm going to pour just a little bit more mustard powder because that's kind of what I want the end result to be like, not the now result. Then also don't add too much mustard powder too quickly. A mustard particle can absorb up to 7 times its weight, but it also takes a minute. So around there, that's fine. Like I typically do mine a bit thicker at this stage. So I let it sit 10 to 15 minutes. That is enough time for the water to hydrolyze the enzyme that attacks the glucoside that it creates allylysis thiocyanate, which is the chemical that is the flavor of mustard. Can you talk about this a little bit? Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that with the warm water. Like, I'm not really getting any of the, like, mustard qualities in that. Like, I don't know. I like a microphone. Thank you. Kaz got it for me. Whew. So, okay. Let's go back to the pancake. Typically, I would have set like a 3 to 4 minute timer so I wouldn't get distracted. But, you know, here I am distracted. I'm thinking it's ready to flip since like the edges are looking really good. Let's see. Now, how do I flip this? That is the question. Okay. Yeah, there we go. That was it. That wasn't so scary, y'all. I know you were scared for me. I was scared too, but we made it. We did it. We did it. What the hell are you making? That's so polite. Thank you. No, this is a kimchi pancake. So Korea is known for their savory pancakes. And the mix I did add baking powder, cornstarch, onion powder, garlic powder, kimchi, gochujang, green onions to this. They do make Korean pancake mix that's already, it's the cornstarch, flour, and the seasoning. So you get some of the seasonings already. But not an ingredient I keep around because I always have flour and cornstarch and seasoning on hand anyway. You know me. Do I know you? You might be familiar with my actual account because I'm on Food Talk TV right now, and I typically do content about mustard over on Happy Mustarding. I'm going to need some sort of like soy saucy kind of thing here. Oh, look at that. I think that's just enough for a sauce, and then I can get rid of this bottle because I have like 4 or 5 different soy sauces in my pantry right now. I mean, this is a nicer soy sauce, I think. I don't know. But, you know, less bottles. Little pinch of toasted sesame oil. Little goes a long way with these guys. Hi there. A little bit of rice vinegar. White vinegar works fine as well if you don't have rice. Once again, did not time this. Oh, the bottom is looking nice too. Oh, I just love sesame oil. All right, let's see what the undercarriage looks like. Yes! Yes. Okay, I'm gonna let it get just a little crispier on that first side. And then maybe I can get to these shrimp and grits I've been talking about. Little stovetop Petrus. I'm excited about this. I'm going to let it chill. I'm going to start another one. I think I'm just going to do 2 of these before I switch over to the shrimp and grits situation. Maybe I'll let it cool and I'll chop it up into bite-sized pieces. But I'm going to add a little bit more cold water to this. But this is my first time making the kimchi pancake. I've done the green onion pancake. The kimchi is a little interesting with all the textures of the... I have made grits before. These are not grits. The grits that... I've actually made grits for the Tonight Show already. Because I had to let it sit to give it time for the starches to form. And then also just be firm. I would have liked to do this overnight. But I did it around like 1 today. So I don't know if that was enough time. Yeah, those might be a bit soft. Okay, I think my second batch I did is going to work better. Because the first round of grits I just did like stock, salt, and grits. Right, that's all I did. With these, I did do cream. And then I tempered egg and put that in there as well. And that's just way holding its shape more. So I'm thinking that this is going to be the guy that I'm going to be able to throw in the deep fryer. So, okay. I love grits so much. And like grits was kind of one of those things because I'm very much so a savory grit person. I am not a sugar in the grits person. I am not like, get out of here with your sugar and your grits. But I'm born and raised in the South. And so that's how my family always enjoyed grits, with just like those really cheap, like thin, watery grits where they'd throw sugar packets in there. And that's what I thought was grits. So like I spent most of my life thinking I hated grits when really I just hated the way they were prepared. And that's happened to me so many times in my life where like I just think I hate a food, but I hate the way it was presented to me. Like growing up, I genuinely thought I hated pizza. For a good portion of my childhood, I thought I hated pizza because my parents only ordered Pizza Hut. Like, so that's kind of what like sparked my interest in cooking. Like no one in my family ever cooks. I'm very much so self-taught. So it was very much so like, I was just interested in what else I thought I hated. And then it turns out I just hated the way it was prepared. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think next time I'm definitely going to chop up the kimchi into smaller pieces. Maybe that was a bit too much water, but we'll see. We'll let it go. We'll leave her alone. Okay. Can someone put a 3-minute timer on for me? Do I put cheese in my scrambled eggs? I don't know. Sometimes. Whenever I do scrambled eggs, I typically do like the French style creamy eggs. So with those, you don't really need cheese or anything else added to it. I think they went viral a few years back for being called the Gordon Ramsay eggs. When really it's just like, no, that's just French style eggs. But I do love a soft curd, so I typically just like the eggs to speak for themselves with that. I'm not having a Super Bowl party. To have a party, you would need friends. I do have friends, but like, I'm one of those people that have a lot more online than in person, because being in person involves leaving your house. But anyway, I'm not doing that, but I will be making a bunch of food like I am having a party. Like, that's the type of person I am. Like, I don't need my friends to come over for me to have a party. I just need the food. Oh yeah, and I have my sauce over there. And so I'm just going to finally mince up some of this green onion to put into my sauce. Yeah, I'm not sure what... So, I don't know if there is a... I'm not seeing all the comments or something. I don't know what's going on. Okay, your phone must be tripping. Okay, I thought I was tripping. I don't know. Maybe one of us. Maybe both of us. Maybe TikTok's just playing a joke on us. Have you ever considered that? Oh yeah, there it is. Soy sauce, rice vinegar, sesame oil. Ooh, I have fish sauce over here, don't I? I just love fish sauce on stuff. Fish sauce? Nope, not fish sauce. I pulled out like all my Asian ingredients out of the fridge out of the pantry, and I didn't grab the fish sauce. What is wrong with me? Oh, let's flippy flip. I think I left that on a bit long. We'll see. Oh no! No, that looks good! That looks good! Oh, oftentimes I don't, but sometimes during my live, I just forget the things that I typically do. No, typically I would watch that. No, typically I'm the first one to talk about all the Grey's Anatomy episodes I saw where people will watch their fruit. Like, I'm usually really into that. Just sometimes on my live, I get distracted. ADHD, you know. It's so weird, like, being ADHD, but then also being really nitpicky on rules. So thank you for noticing that, but, like, not my typical... Oh, think it's TikTok? Yeah, I think so too. Oh, time. 3 minutes are up. I just flipped it. I need a sweetener. I was cleaning out my pantry lately, and I noticed that I had a bag of brown sugar that I just completely forgot about and didn't know I had. But here lately, I haven't even been buying brown sugar or using brown sugar. So, like, I'm just trying to use my brown sugar at this point. What I've been doing lately is just whenever something calls for brown sugar, I add the sugar and then I add a little bit of molasses, like just regular white sugar. And I do that because that's what brown sugar is. It's white sugar and molasses, but saves a step. And then I also find it to be just way more flavorful that way. Do I know how fish sauce is made? I know I've read it before on how... Oh, dudes. I'm going to move this on a plate, but like... Okay, I'm going to have to move it on a plate to show you. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's kind of coming over the edge. So, I'm going to let that chill. This is a piece that fell off. I want to give that a try. Very hot. That is so much fun. Yes, that is what I wanted. That is why I decided to try and make this today, because I have this beautiful kimchi that I spent over a week making. And I just wanted an appetizer where it would be like, I'm just having a bite of kimchi, and this is exactly what that was. Chef kiss, chef kiss. I will be adding this to the Food Talk recipe site. I'm going to add just a pinch more flour to this last one because I thought it was just a tad thin. But I will be adding that recipe to the Food Talk TV website. Because it is really good and I really enjoy it. And I'm going to cut those up into squares and serve like with this sauce. Oh, I'm making it's a Korean pancake, but it's a kimchi pancake. Okay, yeah. So I knew it was some sort of fish that was put with the liquid, and they rot. Yes, I guess it's kind of like a really strong like fermentation. But I remember reading the process, and it was something along the lines of how like the fish guts just like dissolve themselves or like eat itself. Yeah, very weird. But well, the original ketchup, like the story of like where ketchup originated from, started as a Asian fish sauce that was fermented, just very concentrated flavored, lasts a long time. But yeah. Okay, so last Korean pancake. So I did a cup of flour and then a cup of kimchi and then tablespoon of cornstarch. And then there was onion powder, garlic powder, gochujang, and green onions, basically. Oh. All right. Oh, I actually didn't do kimchi on this page. I'll have to do that for a live for y'all one day because it is such a tedious but fun process. But yeah, no, that's just something I let ferment for a week. Okay. Maybe the last one will be the best one since I... Yes, okay. Yeah, and pancake. So I have heard that people will say that kimchi was good for losing weight because of the fermentedness of it. And people will say that about fermented foods a lot, about how it's good for your gut and it helps your probiotics and all that. That's not the reason why I love fermented food. I like that little funky sour bite and stuff. But, and then there are some people that deny that fermented foods are really as healthy for you as a lot of, health gurus will push out for you. So that's not why I like fermented foods, but, if it is helpful, I'm down. But I don't think fermented foods hurt, right? Like, even if there's not a positive to eating kimchi and those fermented foods, even if there's not a health positive, it's not bad for you. Okay, let's check up on the mustard over here. Wow, y'all. I just noticed the time. I have been really taking my time on this today. So, but this next part will be really quick after I'm done with this. We'll see. I say it's really quick. I'm always a liar. No, my friends and family know that if they're coming over to my house and I'm cooking for them, they know to get something to eat on the way there. And by the time they're hungry again, I'll have food ready. That's it. I just enjoy being in the kitchen, and I'm definitely not the most efficient person in the kitchen. By far, no. If you need a meal quickly, I am not your person. But if you want me to take as long as I can to do something because I know this ingredient is best treated this way, then yeah, I'm your girl. So yeah, so it was mustard powder and warm water. So it was about 100 degrees of water. And I mixed about equal parts until it was a paste. Let that sit 10 to 15 minutes. And then I'm adding enough rice vinegar until it just kind of becomes mustard consistency. I chose rice vinegar, but if you just have white or if you want to use apple cider, whatever you want. And then this is when I add salt. I don't add salt in the beginning. Where's mine? And then optionally, you can add some sugar to this too. Okay, that's it. You remember at the very beginning of this when I said that I wasn't sure that the warm water and mustard powder was going to make that hot mustardy heat enough. That's good. That is like it's like a good clean mustardy heat. Like it's hot, but not as hot if I would have used cold water rather than the warm. But it's not as harsh. No, I really like that. But I think I am going to add a little sugar to it. I love rice vinegar too. Yeah, just a little bit of brown sugar. Because it is nice. It is like really, it hits that like horseradishy note. Ugh. Get on here, lid. Okay. Yes. So this very hot mustard sauce, and then I have my soy sauce, rice vinegar, fish sauce, green onions, a little bit of toasted sesame oil. And then, okay, I still got about 2 minutes on that, but then we'll have our pancakes ready. Yay! But it's okay, I can get started on... I'm sorry, Kaz, I'm having a long show today. We at Food Talk TV, we try and keep our shows around an hour. We go live every single day. All of us have an hour for our show times, but shortly after I started on Food Talk TV, Kaz started editing my times to make my show be an hour and a half rather than an hour because I went an hour and a half anyway. But it's all good. I know, I look surprised. Next up, I want to talk food science. I think I may have flipped that one too soon because I want it to be crispy, but it's okay. We'll come back to it. These are from my giant onions that my husband just brought. I was going to do a shallot, but I figured since I already have one of these chopped up, may as well. All right. Oh, I knew it was time. My timer was about to go off in 3 seconds. Man. I love how I only have that like sense of knowing when it's time when I already have a timer. Ah, yes. I love Korean pancakes. Why do I not do this more often? All right. Just a few more minutes. I'm trying not to. So while I do love to cook and I love like taking my time in the kitchen, whenever I'm on these lives, I find my patience just like wears a little bit more thin. I guess whenever I have an audience, my patience runs a little thin because I guess I'm thinking about, man, y'all must think I'm taking so long. I guess it's just the whole being watched thing. That's when like all the circumstances change. Though I don't think there's any science about how you act differently because I mean, I'm sure there's science, but like, I don't know how someone else's eyeballs can affect my performance. All right. That's the little underside there, or top side. Yay! That was fun. I really like that. And now I have an obsession with Korean pancakes. Typically, that's just something I'll make, the Korean pancakes, if I have like a ton of green onions. That's typically my go-to for when I make those. But kimchi pancake, that's special. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that part to be hot because it was like the plastic part that covered the handle. But yeah. Let this warm up just a little bit. Oh, yes. Because I am doing shrimp and grits, I almost forgot the actual point of the shrimp and grits, which is the shrimp. I did this last time I did shrimp and grits, and I really liked it, and I really wanted to try it again, giving myself more time. This is something that J. Alt Kenji, he's the one that is behind the book The Food Lab, and then he also does Serious Eats. Whenever he does shrimp, and I've read this a couple of times, he dry brines it. So for every pound of shrimp, he'll do a teaspoon of salt and a quarter teaspoon of baking soda. Yeah, it's baking soda that he puts in there. And the baking soda, what that does is it just tenderizes the meat, or tenderizes the shrimp, allowing it to get a bit more crispy, but also helps denature the protein to make it like a softer shrimp. So we are going to dry these guys. Oh, anything fun in the book? Oh man, I'm trying to think at the top of my head. The fun. Kaz got me a book that's like the difference between, and it's like this one book where it's just so many culinary, like the differences between two things that are seemingly the same, but they're way different. I've been having a lot of fun with that. Ooh, that's what's smoking? There's no smoking here, sir. Thank you, Lori. Yes, please. If you're not doing anything with your hands and you would like to help us out, tapping the screens does really help with Al Gore and his rhythm. All right. There we go. Have this hot. I just want the shrimp to cook until it is just done. So we are going to necesito mucho andale, about a minute or two on each side. Ah, dang, I was going to toss these with Old Bay. But I wanted to wait till after the... It's okay. Cooking shrimp. Always like... Because when you cook shrimp, it will literally spell it out for you if it's overdone. Because it's shaped like a C if it's cooked. But once it's shaped like an O, it's overcooked. So... A little bit of Old Bay, just... There we go, just in time. Oh, I didn't say this, but this was the pan that I cooked that bacon in earlier, and I let the grease just sit in there. So that's why I didn't add any butter or anything like that. This is just straight up bacon grease. All right. So the first flip, it was on 2 minutes, or I set it at 60 seconds after I was done putting them on there. And then that was at 60 seconds. I'm thinking in the next. I'm going to just start picking them as I see that they're ready. Oh, it's always just so close. I'm not adding these back into the sauce, so I don't want to do the leaving them. Okay. Yeah. No, it happens within seconds. Like, not ready, not ready, not ready. Ready now, overcooked. Kind of like avocados, you know? Don't eat me yet. Don't eat me yet. Don't eat me yet. Eat me out now. I'm bad. Note to self, next time I'm doing this with shrimp, put up my hair. Oh, I did baking soda. Yes, I did a quart, or what Kenji says is to do a teaspoon of salt for every pound and a quarter teaspoon of baking soda. Baby! All right. So I'm actually going to do this on this burner so I can focus a bit more on the frying of the grits. Because weirdly enough, like, this is what I want to pay attention to now, even though I'm doing stuff over there. It's okay. We'll check back on that. Looking for my thermometer. We wanted about 375. So I was looking at all sorts of ways that people did, like fried grits and stuff. And I'm just trying to find a grit cake that I like. I did notice that a lot, like, I didn't see any grit cake recipes that called for flour or any sort of thickeners or anything in the grits themselves. The one order of grits that I did make, I did that with, there was one of them that I did where I tempered an egg and put that in there because I thought the egg would help it hold it up. But I think as I play around with this recipe some more, I might add flour and stuff to it to keep it. You're amazing. Yes, reset the goal. This is a task I am always happy to do. Y'all are amazing. Okay, still waiting on the oil. Here, I'm gonna move y'all a bit closer. I'm gonna throw in some garlic. I freeze my garlic. It just makes it easier with how much garlic I use. Yes! But I don't recommend this for like long-term storage because eventually your garlic will go bad. But this is really the only method of preserving garlic that I will do. I will not preserve garlic really any other way. Okay. So we will come back to that in a second because I'm going to do the whole like roux and stuff like that. But this is the little grits that I made. I did one where it was just like stock and grits and but this is the one where I added egg and cream and stuff to it. There we go. Yeah, it's still not really set well together, and I know that as it sits overnight. So, okay, I don't think I'm going to deep fry this because I don't trust that it's going... Yeah, I don't trust it. It's okay. I'm going to work on my recipe for deep frying grit cakes, but I'm going to try using the air fryer. Let's do that. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to give this a try again, but I'm going to let the grits sit out overnight because the overnight really helps the starches get formed. I did this at like 1 or 2 today. Still not enough time. So, yeah, really needed that time to sit. Like, this is the same consistency as what I put it away. That's wild. But, very tasty grits. Tap, tap, tap. I'm going to spray a little bit. Spray on the bottom. That's probably what's going to not kill me. Okay. And who knows? I'll probably let this sit in my fridge and play around with it some more tomorrow. Okay. I like the air fryer idea. I can't believe I didn't think of it sooner. All right. It's like 4 little pieces in there. So these were grits that were already made. And then I set them aside. Okay. I got to work on about a tablespoon-ish of flour. Yeah, that's burned. I don't know what is up with this because the other day I was on this on Monday, same temperature and everything. I could not get this to heat up the other day, and then today it's just going lightning speed. It's okay. Dang. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, hey, y'all, remember when I said I was going to just be real quick? All right. It's okay. We're going to be way quicker about this. I'm going to skip the shallot. Ooh, speed test. I never do speed tests. See how quickly I can do this. But I'm going to put this in the air fryer and see what happens. Oh, yeah, I was going to spray it with cooking oil. But yeah, y'all, I am not new to burned food. I do have ADHD. It happens. So yeah, just little, we'll give that a shot. Oh, that makes me so sad. Oh, thank y'all for the follows. If you were just scrolling through here, welcome to Food Talk TV. We do live food cooking content every single day. My show is on Thursdays at 7 Central. I'm running a bit late of a show today because I'm me and that's what I do. like I can do things when I'm not like talking and getting distracted by new projects. Part of the shrimp and grits process is to cook the shrimp, or not like all shrimp and grits, but like pretty standard, is to cook the bacon in the skillet and then cook everything else in the skillet where the bacon grease was, and I just toss all that bacon grease, but good thing I keep some extra. Hey there, Linda, what's up? I am doing like a little bite, I'm trying to do a little bite-sized like shrimp and grits situation. I'll let you know how it goes. I did a Korean pancake earlier with kimchi, the kimchi Korean pancake. Yes, so excited about that. It'll look better when it's like diced up and stuff too. Did I burn my roux the first time around? Yes. Yes, I did. Or I didn't even add flour to it yet. I hadn't even added flour. It was only on the stovetop for like a minute. And the fact that you missed that makes me feel better about letting that burn, because it happened super quick, like right after I put my onions and garlic in there. Oh yeah, it was about to do it again. So I'm gonna go ahead and add about a tablespoon-ish of flour. Why are all my whisks missing? Dealing with some whiskey business here. Okay, so making the roux real quick, about a tablespoon-ish of the flour that was with my shallot and garlic that I cooked up in that bacon fat. This needs a little bit more fat. Here, I'll bring y'all closer to here again. Sorry if y'all get seasick from all this travel. All right. So to this, that's about right. Usually my roux are a bit thinner than this, but I didn't measure. Earlier, when I prepared my shrimp, I kept the tails on my shrimp, but the shells I put inside some stock. Which will not be enough, I'll already tell you that. So I'll just go ahead and add all that. I'm doing the thing where I've been live so long that I'm getting impatient, but it's okay. So I'm going to have to remind myself not to get too crazy with the not doing things the proper way. Well, the proper way would have been me finding a whisk or washing mine. Linda, I'm sick of you telling me what to do. Don't tell me to breathe. Yeah. I tried to get away without the whisk in my... Here we go. Yeah. Roux are just always better with the whisk. You can fight it, but... Linda, don't listen. Okay, there we go. There we're getting the more kind of... Yeah. A lot of times with this, I'll do like a wine-based sauce. So I'll do the roux and then I'll deglaze with wine. I don't have any on hand, but it's okay. Stock works the same. And a little bit of heavy cream. Because I'm thinking about this, like, I was trying to think of what I wanted the sauce to be, and I just wanted, like, a creamy, cheesy gravy. I don't think that's wrong. I'm going to stir out some of those clumps that I left myself because I didn't use a whisk the first time. And y'all, I almost forgot the most important ingredient. And it's mustard. Just a little bit really helps cut richness of these sauce. That's probably like maybe 2 teaspoons, maybe. Maybe even less than that if you just straight up don't want to taste the mustard, but it really does cut out the richness a lot. And then I have some pepper jack cheese I'm going to add. How much cheese is this? Like a quarter cup? I'd say it's like a half cup. Oh, nice. Oh, it's pepper jack cheese. Which I guess pepper jack is technically, I think they technically put jalapenos in there. Yep, it's Monterey Jack with jalapeno. So basically, yeah. I knew I was going to be shredding cheese, so I had shoved it in my freezer to make that easier. Does not work for crumbling cheese, but for slicing the cheese, oh yeah, that's perfect. Hi, Judy's. Hi, not supposed to use cast iron on glass top. I'd actually never heard that before either. But glass tops, like with anything else you cook on glass tops, you're supposed to be cautious of not breaking it. But ooh, and I'm going to add just a little bit more Old Bay. I can't remember what all I added to my Old Bay, but I made this myself. Because I feel like with store-bought Old Bay, like I don't ever feel like I taste anything. It's just like very flavored dirt. Kind of how I feel about store-bought chili powder. It's just flavored dirt because it's just been sitting there so long. Oh, the manufacturer said not to? Okay, cool. But I mean, it's not cast iron. That was really my point, was it's not. See, y'all, I don't know if you were here on my Monday show, but I could not get my sauce to reduce whatsoever, which I later figured out that was because I added an extra cup of liquid. Yeah, I'm smart like that. But I made sure that was not going to happen today. Oh, yeah. So we'll see if the grit cake part of it worked out, because otherwise I just have basically shrimp in a cheese sauce, and that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Shrimp and cheese sauce does not work. So hopefully these grits will do what they're supposed to. Okay, don't think the air fryer grits are going to work. Now, these are really good, and they're holding their shape, and they're really nice and soft. I'm just got to figure out a way to get them crispy. It's okay. That was a fun one. But yeah, no, my sauce is great right now. The way it was on Monday, though, with the extra cup of liquid, was that was a fun adventure. Love to watch folk cook. Me too. It's so crazy how cooking is just, there's a lot of science and stuff to explain why we do the things we do and how we get outcomes for certain things. And even though we have science that explains all this, people just have all sorts of different ways of doing stuff. And I think that's pretty awesome. It's like a creative and scientific brain kind of thing. Yeah, I think next time with the grits, I'm gonna, yeah, I don't know. I was almost considering doing a little bit of xanthan gum in there or something. I wasn't sure, because I do really want these like mini grit cakes to work. Yeah, science is definitely the key to cooking. Absolutely. But then also I kind of want to like turn my brain off and just throw things on a stove and make it work. But yeah, I love cooking science though. Love it. If you're unfamiliar with my content, you can follow me at Happy Mustarding. It's happy and then mustard and then ing. I do a lot of mustard related content, but then a lot of really... Thank you, Shelly. That's so nice. Thank you. Oh yeah, you know what? You're right. Like, I really do think that would have been a bit chewy, but I was kind of hoping that with the egg, because I did temper the egg into this recipe when I did it, I was hoping that was going to give it some structure. I'm also, because I scoured the internet trying to figure out what people were doing to try to make this happen. Not a whole lot of people can make this happen. And so I'm trying to figure out why people don't add flour and other leaveners to or flour and leaveners to grits when they're trying to make them into cakes later. I guess the joy of it is to use something with your leftover grits, not like make grits one day and then grit cakes the next. Oh yeah, as they heat it up, one is like straight up melting. But you know what? I'm gonna plate. That's funny. I tried, y'all. I was really thinking this was gonna work. Like, I was just like dead set on like, I had so many ideas for those grits to become cakes. But I got to do something for the photo. So I got to do something just to show y'all a piece of food. Not that pan. So we're going to try. I'm going to try broiling something real quick. Maybe if I broil it, it will just go to the top. I should have done shrimp and grits. Well, no, I do shrimp and grits a lot. Like I love shrimp and grits, but and I do have shrimp ready for this. I'm just trying to do like an appetizer portion of shrimp and grits. I'm trying to make this a party food. So that was the object here. Now I'm also thinking though that if I would have let these grits sit out overnight rather than I think I gave these about some hours, like 4 or 5 hours. I think if I would have done that, there's so many factors, which is why this is more of like a fun play day. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. No. And honestly, I talk a lot, and so I don't know what all I've even said. Okay. Oh, the bottom of it has a bit more of a... Oh, welcome. So. Heat is off on the sauce. We're going to try broiling those. Guys, I'm just going to get a presentation. That's all my goal is right now. Yeah, I definitely got to add something to the base recipe. But yeah, anytime I try grit cakes, it's just very underwhelming. And I was trying to like think of something like little bite size. Thanks. Yeah, I wonder if the flattening them would. I wonder, and I might try this for tomorrow, is to take what I have and throw it in the freezer. And then just freeze it, or I'm sorry, and then fry it when it's frozen. Now, frying food when it's straight from the freezer can be really dangerous. It does, like any sort of moisture crystals that are going to be on the frozen food, it's going to like make the oil pop and explode back at you. And so you want your oil to be really low, and you want to be able to like put something on there to not get hurt. Ooh, this might actually work here. No, that was just me. All right. Before I got this idea to like be set in with the grit cake, before I got that idea, I was even thinking about like just little cups, like little shot glass cups. So let's do that as a shot glass appetizer. I need more counter real estate. going for something I couldn't. Oh, the Old Bay. That's where it was. Little bacon pieces. I have a new zester that really shreds. It's fine. I spent $10 on this zester just for that joke. Oh yeah, I am not a fan of this thing. It was $10 for the joke, not for the zester. Because, little dip. I was kind of hoping for the mini fried cake thing to work out, but that's cute too. Yeah, it probably is hard to clean. Probably really is. And then for option 2, oh yeah. So this is not the dream grit cake, but next time, y'all, I make this, I'm going to have it, all my ducks in a row. But pop this bacon up a little finer.
You think you're pretty smart, but I can cause a little pain. See around the corner, try to find a little thing.
Oh, there we go. Like, that's cute. I wish I had more of these spoons because, like, at a party, I would need, like, a bunch of these. But, like, that's a cute little appetizer, little shrimp and grit. Little something red. I mean, I have a lot of red things. Little Cajun seasoning is Just for the red dust. I don't think I want to chop up new vegetables or anything. I think I've spent enough time on this dish that didn't go the way I wanted. But, I mean, this is really an experiment. I didn't have I knew there was a good chance it was going to not be great. But one of these days, I'm going to get a grit cake. Oh, let's, I'll let those Korean pancakes chill for a while. I'm going to rinse my knife. The grit, or the, why can I not talk today? The kimchi cake. The kimchi pancake. Oh, thanks. I'm here every Thursday, 7 Central, if you want to come back and check out. But we do lives every single day on this channel. We just have different creators each time. Each of us have our own little day of the week. Little kimchi pancake situation. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about, like that being the serving. You need some of this little soy sauce mixture I made. And then a little bit of mustard. That really is just like handheld kimchi right there. I wanted an appetizer that would taste like I'm just eating a handful of kimchi, and I got it. I did a kimchi in here. I made my own kimchi a couple weeks ago and put that in here. So it's the flour. I put some cornstarch in here, garlic powder, onion powder, kimchi, a little bit of gochujang, salt. Trying to think, what else did I do? I think that's about it. Yeah, and the pancake mix. Next time I'll definitely chop up the kimchi a bit finer. But I love a good savory pancake. Yeah, so it felt weird at first being like, yeah, I'm making an appetizer and it's pancakes. But when it's chopped like this, like that's a little bit more reasonable. Yes, and then this is the Chinese hot mustard that I made with Yoja, which is the Korean mustard powder. That and warm water, not hot, not cold, warm water, about equal parts until it's a paste, and then add rice vinegar and a pinch of sugar, and there you go. Little... Oh yeah, I had sesame seeds somewhere over here. Here we go. Ooh. I don't think I've ever made that sauce. I'm going to have to look into that. The My Dear. I'm going to write that down. It's been a while since I've written anything down that someone's told me in a live that I needed to check out, but Oh yeah. Yeah, so that, oh, my broiler is still on. So yeah, that's it, people. I have my Korean pancake, perfect little appetizer situation. That's not your standard appetizers you'd get. Made a Korean pancake and chopped up some kimchi to go in here. That is a Chinese hot mustard, and this is a soy sauce I made with soy sauce, brown sugar, fish sauce, rice vinegar. I think I'm toasted sesame oil in here. Yeah, and then a pancake basically with chopped up kimchi. Oh, I did use fish sauce in here. Like, this is my red boat. Oh, nice. If you give me, you should give me a follow. My handle is Happy Mustarding, so you can find me there. But yeah, and then still gotta work on the grits because I'm really wanting a shrimp and grit like an appetizer format. But I'm thinking for now, until I perfect the grit cake, I am down to shrimp cups. But all right, there we go. Oh, right on. Well, thank y'all so much for joining me today. I am done cooking. I've already been here way too long today. Thank you for joining me. Next time, I'm going to do a recipe that I know what's going to happen next, but this was a lot of fun. Thank y'all for joining me. I'll see y'all later. Happy mustarding.